Ladies, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why a guy can be surrounded by gorgeous women, yet it's you he can't stop thinking about? What makes you different? What makes you unforgettable? Here's the truth: men are not as complicated as they seem. Sure, they act tough, act like they don't notice the little things, but secretly they notice everything. And the funny part, it's not always the things you think. It's not the perfect hair or the full glam makeup or even that killer dress you spent hours picking. Those things are nice, but the things that really stick with him, the things that make him smile when you're not around, are often the small, unplanned, incredibly cute things you do without even realizing it. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Most women underestimate the power of these little moments. They think they have to do something big, something dramatic to leave an impression. But let me tell you, what actually makes a man obsessed are the micro moments, the hoodie you accidentally steal, the playful tease, the soft touch when no one's watching, that laugh that escapes before you can control it. Those are the secret weapons. And today, I'm going to reveal 5 of those cute little things that men absolutely love. 5 things that will make you see yourself through his eyes. And trust me, once you do, you'll realize you've had the power all along. But before we dive in, I want you to do something. If you've ever watched one of my videos and thought, damn, I needed to hear this, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. Because every week, I'm giving you the kind of inside scoop that men won't tell you, but I will. And I promise you, the next time you're with him, you'll remember this and you'll smile because you'll know exactly what's happening in his head. So let's get started. Here are the 5 cute little things women do that guys secretly love. Let's start with one of the simplest yet most powerful things you can do: stealing his hoodie. Now, I know some of you are already guilty of this. You don't even ask, you just slip it on like it was always yours. And you might think, it's just a hoodie, what's the big deal? But let me tell you something that most men will never admit out loud. It's one of the sexiest, most heart-melting things you can do. Here's why. When a man sees you in his hoodie, something primal clicks inside him. That hoodie isn't just fabric, it's a piece of him. It smells like him, it fits like him, it represents his world. And when you wrap yourself in it, it's as if you're silently saying, I'm comfortable here, I feel safe with you. That does something to his heart. It makes him feel needed, chosen, and trusted all at once. And let's be honest, there's just something irresistibly cute about it. Picture this, you're hanging out at his place, maybe watching Netflix, maybe just talking. He gets up for a moment, and when he comes back, there you are, curled up on the couch, drowning in his oversized hoodie. The sleeves are hanging past your hands. The hood is too big, and you're pulling it tight around you like it's your personal blanket. In that moment, he's not thinking about anything else. Not his work, not his phone, not even the show on TV. He's thinking, God, she looks so damn adorable right now. And it's not just about how you look, it's about what it makes him feel. That little hoodie moment sparks his instinct to protect, to provide, to claim. He feels closer to you without you saying a word, and that, ladies, is powerful. Now, here's the sexy twist. When you wear his hoodie, you're not just being cute, you're being deeply intimate. It's like you're carrying a piece of him with you. And guys, notice the next time he's alone, he'll see that hoodie folded in your bag, or he'll catch you posting a casual selfie in it. And he won't just think, that's my hoodie. He'll think, that's my girl. And here's where I want you to pay attention. Men love feeling like they're part of your world. When you wear his clothes, you're not just borrowing fabric, you're inviting him deeper into your story. You're saying, you're not just someone I date, you're someone I carry with me, and that stays with him, that lingers. So the next time you're at his place and you see his hoodie draped over a chair, don't be shy, slip it on. Tug the sleeves over your hands. Give him that little smirk like, yeah, I'm keeping this now. Trust me, he won't be annoyed. He'll secretly love it. In fact, he might even buy new hoodies just to see you wear them. And let me end this with a warning. He'll never say it out loud, but once you start stealing his hoodies, he'll expect it. He'll want it. Because in his mind, it's one of those small but unforgettable ways you show him, I'm yours. So yes, ladies, sometimes the sexiest moves you make are the ones that seem the smallest. And if you think stealing his hoodie is just about staying warm, oh no, it's about staying unforgettable. Now let's talk about something that makes men absolutely crazy in the best way possible, your playful tease. Ladies, here's the thing. Men love it when you bring that little spark of sass, that mischievous smile, that quick-witted comeback. You know the one, the kind of tease that makes him laugh, but also makes his chest tighten because he feels like, damn, she's not just beautiful, she's fun. Why is teasing so powerful? Because it creates tension, not negative tension, but the flirty kind, the electricity that makes every conversation feel alive. Let me paint the picture. Imagine you're on a date and he's telling you about his gym routine. Instead of nodding politely, you tilt your head, give him that playful smirk, and say, oh, so you're basically just in love with yourself, huh? He laughs, maybe tries to defend himself, and suddenly you're not just having small talk, you're bantering. And ladies, banter is like flirting on steroids, because here's what's happening beneath the surface. Teasing shows him you're confident, you're not afraid to poke at him, challenge him, make him work a little. And men love that. It makes them feel like they have to earn you. But let's get one thing straight. Teasing is not about being mean. It's not about cutting him down or making him insecure. The secret is in the delivery, the smile, the sparkle in your eye, the touch on his arm when you say it. That's what makes it sexy instead of harsh. Think of it like this: teasing is the seasoning of attraction. Too much salt ruins the meal, but the right sprinkle makes everything taste better. A playful jab about how long it takes him to choose what to eat. A smirk when he gets competitive about a silly game, a dramatic eye roll when he brags about beating his friends at something. Those little moments are gold. And here's the part that most women don't realize. When you tease a man, you're giving him permission to play with you too. You're saying, I can handle the heat. And when he teases back, that's when the magic happens. That's when the two of you build this private electric bubble of chemistry that nobody else can touch. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're walking together and he says, careful, don't trip. I don't want to have to carry you. Instead of just laughing, you shoot back, oh please, you couldn't handle carrying me. Now he's laughing, maybe playfully lifting you just to prove you wrong, and suddenly you've gone from boring small talk to flirtatious physical energy. That's attraction being built in real time. Here's the psychology men are wired to chase. They're excited by challenge, by the sense that they're earning your attention. When you tease him, you're giving him a taste of that chase while still keeping it light and fun. You're not pushing him away. You're pulling him in, making him lean forward, making him engaged. And trust me, ladies, a man will replay those teasing moments in his head long after. He'll think about that smirk you gave him, that comeback that made him laugh, that little sparkle that said, I'm into you, but I'm not easy to win. That's intoxicating. So remember this, flirting isn't just about compliments or physical attraction. The real spark often comes from the playful tease, the ability to laugh at him a little, to keep him on his toes, and to show him that being with you will never be boring. Because at the end of the day, beauty gets his attention, but it's your playful sass that will keep him hooked. Ladies, let's talk about something so small, so subtle, yet so unbelievably powerful that it can make a man's entire body light up. The soft touch. I'm not talking about full-on intimacy. I'm not even talking about holding hands, though that's sweet too. I'm talking about those unexpected, fleeting touches that catch him off guard and send a jolt straight through his system. Here's the secret: men crave touch more than they admit. And it's not always about sex, it's about connection. When you reach out and lightly graze his arm while you laugh, or you brush his shoulder as you walk past him, or you rest your hand on his chest for just a second during conversation, those tiny gestures make him feel seen, desired, and chosen. Let me paint the picture. Imagine you're at dinner, the two of you talking about something casual, maybe his day at work, maybe your weekend plans. He's mid-sentence, and without thinking, you place your hand gently on his arm. You don't even hold it there long, just a moment, just enough for him to feel it. Inside, he's not even listening to the words anymore. He's thinking, whoa, she wanted to touch me. That's how powerful it is. And ladies, here's where it gets sexy: when a touch comes unexpectedly. It wakes him up. It interrupts the autopilot mode men sometimes slip into and instantly pulls his focus back to you. It's like whispering, hey, don't forget I'm here. Don't forget I want you. Think about it when you're walking together and you casually slip your hand through his arm, not in a clingy way, but in that effortless, confident way. It makes him feel like your protector. His chest lifts, his posture straightens, and suddenly he feels stronger just because you touched him. Or picture this: You're joking around, you give him a playful push on the shoulder, then your hand lingers there for just half a second longer than expected. That half second is where the magic happens, because in his mind he's wondering, was that just playful, or was that more? That's how you keep him intrigued, hooked, thinking about you long after. Now let's go a little deeper. Why does this matter so much? Because touch bypasses the logical brain and goes straight to emotion. A guy might overthink your texts, your words, your tone, but when you touch him, his body reacts before his brain even catches up. He feels it in his chest, in his stomach, in his pulse. That's why it's so unforgettable. And don't underestimate the power of timing. A soft touch at the right moment can transform an ordinary interaction into a moment he replays in his head later. Maybe you're laughing at something silly, and as you lean in, your hand brushes against his. Or maybe you're saying goodbye, and instead of a quick wave, you squeeze his arm gently before walking away. Those are the touches that haunt him in the best way possible. Here's what most women don't realize: men rarely get that kind of soft, intentional touch in their everyday lives. They might get a handshake at work, a pat on the back from a buddy, but that tender just for you touch, that's rare. That's special. And when it comes from you, it stands out like nothing else. So ladies, don't underestimate the power in your fingertips. The next time you're with him, don't wait for the big romantic moment. Create one. Rest your hand lightly on his arm. Brush your fingers over his hand. Touch his chest when you're laughing. These little gestures might seem small, but to him, they're electric, because sometimes attraction isn't built in the grand gestures. It's in those tiny, unexpected touches that say more than words ever could. Ladies, if there's one thing that will make a man fall harder for you than anything else, it's your laugh. Not the polite laugh you give in meetings. Not the "I'm being nice" chuckle you use when someone tells a bad joke. I'm talking about that real laugh. The laugh that bursts out before you even think about it. The one that makes your eyes close, your head tilt back. Maybe even that little snort you secretly hope no one notices. That laugh is magic. And when it's directed at him, or he feels like he's won the lottery, here's why men live to feel like they can make you happy. It's not about being the funniest guy in the room. It's about being your source of joy. When you laugh at something he says, something he does, something only the two of you share, it tells him, you light me up. You make me feel good. You get me? And that feeling is addictive. Think about it. Imagine he cracks a silly joke that's not even that funny, but you burst into laughter anyway because you genuinely find him charming. In that moment, you've just given him more than validation. You've given him confidence. His chest puffs out a little more, his smile widens, and in his mind, he's thinking, I've got her. I can make her laugh. And here's the sexy part: laughter bonds people. It lowers defenses. It builds trust. It creates intimacy faster than almost anything else. You can share deep conversations with someone, but the moment you share uncontrollable laughter, that's when you feel truly close. Now let me give you an example. Picture this: you and him are walking down the street and he trips just slightly over the curb. He makes a goofy face and you can't help it. You laugh so hard you nearly double over. Instead of feeling embarrassed, he feels proud because he knows he caused that moment. That laugh, that sparkle in your eyes, that's his doing. And now he wants to keep doing it. But here's the kicker: your laugh doesn't just make him feel good, it makes him addicted to being around you. He starts chasing those moments. He'll crack more jokes, get more playful, and open up more because he knows you appreciate the side of him that the rest of the world might not see. Your laugh becomes his drug, and he's hooked. And ladies, here's the truth: men don't just want to impress you, they want to delight you. When you laugh, especially when it's unfiltered and unpolished, it reassures him that he's doing something right, that he's not just another guy in your life, he's the guy who makes your soul smile. Now, I know some of you might think, but what if I laugh too much? Won't I seem silly? Absolutely not. If it's genuine, it's irresistible. What men don't love is forced, fake laughter. They can sense it. But when it's real, it doesn't matter if you snort, if you can't breathe for a second, if your makeup smudges a little. It's sexy because it's real. That's the point most people miss. Vulnerability in laughter is magnetic. You're showing him a raw side of you without filters or control. That's intimacy, and he will crave it. So the next time you find yourself holding back a laugh because you're worried about looking cute or put together, don't. Let it out. Show him the version of you that laughs so hard it fills the room. Because trust me, when he hears that laugh and he knows it's just for him, he'll replay that sound in his mind long after the night ends, because beauty may attract him, but your laugh, that's what makes him fall in love. Ladies, let's get real for a second. We've talked about the cute, playful, flirty little things men love. But this one goes deeper. Because the truth is, one of the sexiest things you can ever do in front of a man is to allow yourself to be just a little bit vulnerable. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Wait, vulnerability, isn't that weakness? Doesn't that make me look needy? No, vulnerability is not weakness, it's courage. And when done in the right way, it's magnetic. Here's why. Men are constantly surrounded by strength. They see women in full control, women running businesses, women handling a million things at once, women looking flawless on social media. And while that strength is beautiful and attractive, what bonds a man to you is when he gets to see the part of you that isn't perfect, the part that's real, the part you don't show to everybody else. Picture this, you're out with him, maybe walking after dinner, and you suddenly confess, I get nervous before dates. I overthink what to wear, what to say. You laugh at yourself while saying it, but in that moment, something shifts, because instead of putting up a polished front, you let him in. You showed him a piece of your humanity. And do you know what happens? He relaxes. He feels closer to you. He thinks, wow, she trusts me enough to show me that side. And here's the kicker, men love strength, but they fall in love with softness. Fall in love with the part of you that admits she has fears, that admits she gets shy, that admits she doesn't have it all figured out. Why? Because it gives them permission to be real too. It makes him feel like he doesn't have to perform around you. Now, don't get me wrong, this doesn't mean you unload all your insecurities or trauma on the second date. Vulnerability is about letting him see little glimpses of the real you. It's the way you admit you still get butterflies when he texts you, the way you share a silly childhood story that makes you blush, the way you confess you hate scary movies but still watch them just to snuggle close. Those small windows into your soul, that's what he remembers. That's what makes him feel like he's not just dating an image of you, he's with the real you. And here's the sexy part, vulnerability is intimate. When you let your guard down, it makes him feel like he's been invited into a private space, a space not everyone gets access to. It's like whispering, you're special. You get to see this side of me, and men crave that exclusivity. Let me give you a real life example. Imagine you're joking around, and out of nowhere you admit, I'm terrible at dancing, but if you ever try to make me dance, I'll do it anyway just to make you laugh. You've just revealed something playful, a little embarrassing, but incredibly endearing. And in his head, he's not thinking you're silly. He's thinking, I love that she trusts me enough to show me this side of her. That's the power of vulnerability. It doesn't push men away. It pulls them closer. Because at the end of the day, men aren't looking for the woman who never breaks. They're looking for the woman who's strong enough to conquer the world, but soft enough to let them hold her hand while she does it. So remember, this vulnerability isn't about losing power. It's about creating connection. And when you allow yourself to get a little vulnerable, even just for a moment, you become unforgettable. Because beauty may catch his eye, confidence may hold his attention, but your vulnerability, that's what captures his heart. Here's what I want you to remember. Men may act like they're impossible to figure out, but the truth is, it's often the smallest things you do that leave the biggest mark. It's not about being perfect. It's not about always looking like you just stepped out of a magazine. It's about those human, irresistible moments, the hoodie you steal that smells like him, the playful tease that keeps him on his toes, unexpected touch that sends electricity through his body, the laugh that melts his defenses, and yes, those little moments of vulnerability that make him feel closer than ever. Those are the things that stick in his mind. Those are the things that make him think of you when he's alone at night, scrolling through his phone, smiling at a memory he can't shake. And here's the best part, you don't even have to try hard. These things are already inside you. You just need to embrace them. Now, before you go, I want you to do two things. First, hit that subscribe button right now, because every week I'm giving you the tools, the secrets, and the truths about men that nobody else will tell you. And second, drop me a comment below. Tell me which of these 5 little things you do without even realizing it, because trust me that one little detail might be the thing that drives him absolutely wild.